Hey guys, welcome to our E3 trailer watch along. My name is Andy, this is Greg Miller.
Hi!
We are reacting to what we saw with The Division 2.
The Division 2, Andy. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I can't wait for this game. You know this. I already told you you're playing it with Kevin and me. Of course, I platinumed everybody. Don't worry about it.
You platinumed Division 1.
I platinumed Division 1, so I'm super excited for the Division 2. My plan, Kevin, you can pull it up. My plan was to jump into whenever they put out the things, because like now in Division 1, they're putting out a new update this actual week of E3 that'll award you with shields for certain things you do that you can then use in the Division 2.
Huh, okay.
So like
That's interesting.
Kevin has never played. I was telling him he has to play this Division 1 so he can play Division 2 with me. But I'm going to jump in with Kevin to get the shields I want and stuff like that need.
And sort of introduce him to the world?
Yeah, and you had said you hadn't played Division 1 for like what?
I haven't played the Division 1 since launch.
Yeah, okay. So you didn't get, how far did you get, you think, roughly?
Not very far.
Yeah.
I didn't... It was a game that like just came at a weird time for me. The thing that sort of turned me off of it was I think by that point I wasn't super stoked on the idea of shooting stronger human beings and lesser human. Like that just sort of took me out of the world. But the actual immersion of everything, like the world building, the level design, everything is just gorgeous. And I loved the world that they created.
Yeah.
It's just a game that I fell out of really easily because my friends also fell out of easily.
That'll do it. Yeah. The fact that when I jumped into it, Fran was super into it. We had a bunch of other friends on the internet that were into it too. And so that was easier for me to connect with. And then it was the rare game where played a whole bunch of it and then stopped for a long time. And Fran was like, we should get back into it. We played it for like a month straight again. And even now, there's so many updates and content things I haven't done that I'm excited to get back to.
I feel like I watched Alfredo plays.
Yeah, he played a lot of it.
Play it more on Twitch than I actually played it. I think I played maybe 8 hours or 8 to 10 hours.
From what I'm seeing of Division 2, I'm super in love. I'm enamored, and I can't wait to get back to it. I'm going to read from the official site from stuff they put up after the fact, Andy. Some of the bullet points here, right? One of the big things they're talking about with the Division. First off, beta signups are available right now. I already went over and signed up myself. But they talk about if DC falls, America falls. Washington, D.C. is on the brink of collapse. Lawlessness and instability threaten our society, and rumors of a coup in the Capitol are only amplifying the chaos. All active Division agents are desperately needed to save the city before it's too late. Unlike anything before, the Division 2's Washington, D.C. is a one-to-one representation of the real city, making the game world more authentic than ever. The game's map offers up-close and personal views of landmarks, natural landscapes, neighborhoods, and enemy hideouts. Then, we're talking about enemies, it jumps into these guys called the True Sons. Factions are back. True Sons are one of them. True Sons, a group of paramilitary warlords bent on using their combat expertise and overwhelming firepower to dominate their enemies and expand their territory. Smart and organized, the True Sons are led by a former JTF officer, whose ruthlessness and combat prowess makes him and his combatants a horrifying force. Of course, we know the JTF from Division 1, just like we know the agents of the Division who we're playing as here. Same thing as the Division's always been. These aren't a standing military, right? They got activated when the dollar flu broke out. I love that this is still the dollar flu. They talk about it, coming down, making the jump after everything had happened. It's 6 months later. We are in the summer, which I also love. I never thought about when I was thinking of a Division 2. I didn't stop to think about a new season and how that would totally make it look so different, and what that means for me now, unlocking styles and going through and unlocking gear, which was such a huge part of Division 1 for me, was going through and like fucking around for a night and changing my look and getting the cool sunglasses and aviators and changing it up.
Yeah, that's a lot of the appeal is the customization, that sort of gameplay loop of unlocking new things to then unlock the new thing, Right. That's the thing that drew me in initially. Unfortunately, I didn't stick with it, but I think this is one that I'm going to be hopping into this, several nights with you, I think.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I love the fact, like, when they opened here, it was, we had a lot of discussion. This obviously is the Division right there. You see that. But it was like, oh, my God, like, wait, are we in the jungles? No, we're just in an overgrown area, right? Coming into this museum that I'm sure I could have looked up to figure out which museum it is, but I didn't. Sorry, everybody. It's a real world location, though, or whatever. See, there's the Children's Garden. Worth dialing it back here. I thought this was an interesting move. Like, is anybody who played? No, I'm like, why isn't the pause button working? Oh, right, because this is I'm wrong on the computer. This stuff hanging up here, right? This like actual part of a mission world. Now, obviously, this I think is going to be there every time you run this area, but still a cool thing that they're making the environments a bit more interactive. Division 1, I mean, wasn't
not just a set piece.
Wasn't barren by any means, but I don't remember a lot of things like that where it felt like I'm going to drop there, get some loot, and be able to go through.
Will you be able to find bicycles and motorcycles? That's what I'm worried about.
I don't think so.
Oh, I remember that being one of the main complaints. Like, I have to walk.
Yeah, but that was cool, right? Like, I like the hitting the snowy streets of New York in Division 1 going.
Do you think they'll bring back that mode that was sort of the almost their own battle royale?
Yeah, right.
mode?
Where you had to get to the helicopter and get. So I think so. And I don't know if they'll do it
What was it?
right away. Extraction, I think, is right. That sounds right. Worth pointing out, of course, I'm a member of the Division subreddit. No big deal.
Of course, yeah.
And over there, somebody had broken out a screen cap that I haven't been able to. But so I can't confirm or deny. But over there, they had an imager thing that if you put in the Division 2 into Google, if you get served the ad, the top result, it talks about 8-player raids, which were not in Division 1, but are there. I don't know if that's real. Black Friday here, I wanted to call out, obviously. It is still, even though we're in the summer, you're going to have this hangover of the dollar flu. This is something else I found super interesting. This character, they're going out of their way to point out as a community leader. And then even though we're playing as Matt here, or getting Matt's perspective, I should say, Megan runs over there and has like a conversation with him that gets her the side mission. It's about to pop. Then it pops on Matt's screen as well. I thought that was super interesting. That's generally not how discovered side mission.
I don't remember really the method of how you'd get.
They kind of just were there. They were already on your thing, and then if you did stuff, you'd get more to pop up there. You weren't interacting with normal people outside of, like I was joking on the live stream.
I do like that sign on the far right where it's telling you to evacuate, but they just turn it into a morgue.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. The environmental storytelling is still amazing here, right? And, it's what I'm super excited about is, granted, I guess New York is the big city, the Big Apple, they call it. There's a lot of cool shit happening there. Washington, I feel, as somebody who lived in Rockville, which is a suburb of Washington, D.C., and worked in D.C. for a summer, I feel like Washington is a bit more small. It's smaller, and then that makes the landmarks mean more. Whereas in New York, it felt like I was just running around another borough. No, I shouldn't say another borough, another part of the neighborhood, right? Another part of Manhattan. Whereas, you see the capital already here, and it'll be on the horizon, and you have Air Force One, and I really feel like we're gonna be able to look at this map here, right? And all right, cool, we're already at Capitol Hill, right? You already have the East Mall there. Washington Monument's gonna be at the other end. The fact that you're gonna be able to run around in a 1-for-1 apparent creation of this. That gets me super excited. I can't wait for whatever mission takes me to the White House. Obviously, having Air Force One here in this mission is cool. I thought this was nice to see him be able to jump in, go ahead and jump to whatever weapon he wanted and stuff like this. Same armor, health, skill powers you're going to talk about before.
The same really cool UI.
Right. It looks, I'm assuming that everybody's level 3. They make a joke in this, obviously. I know some people are mad at Megan for talking too much. They make a joke in this about, I got to help level you up or whatever because somebody is 29. It would seem like the Division 30, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I thought 30 was the cap for the normal stuff. But again, having something as iconic as Air Force One as a set piece to run around in and shoot stuff, that's awesome. You were talking about one of the turnoffs for you with Division 1 was that it was just people we were shooting, right? And so some people were stronger than others. And the joke obviously in the community was there was just the big fat people usually, you know what I mean? I liked here that this tank is actually, and I'll jump ahead to the battle a bit more, this tank is actually armored up. It makes sense why this person is a boss, right? Why this is a tank. That's a more normal enemy you're shooting over there. I think right around here is when I think we use a skill. Obviously, if you see my mouse cursor there, you see the skills for Matt equipped here. But Megan, I think, or whoever is over here to the right is about to roll out, what is it called? The Seeker Mine, which reminds me a lot of my turret. There goes the Seeker Mine off. I was always a turret guy where I'd toss out the turret to have, put down suppressing fire, take care of stuff. XP pops. I can't fucking wait. Shields are dropping over there. Great. But yeah, if we scroll back here or over here.
Were there ever those sort of, is that something the enemy did, or is that like an environmental trap?
Show me. What are you talking about?
Her getting stuck in that goo.
Oh, yeah, no, good point. I skipped past the goo, didn't I? Yeah, that is not something I remember from, and again, it should be pointed out that I know the Division's had a bunch of big patches.
Sure, yeah.
Well, they've had one giant patch. I haven't played that giant patch. So when I platinumed, it was still 2017, maybe late 2016 or stuff. So maybe this is something that got added, but this is new to me in terms of hey, this is a cool way to do it. And
I don't remember having to break free my teammates.
Yeah, other than a revive, I don't remember anybody being slowed down or anything. But again, I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I know that there are tons of people who put way more time in the Division. So we're gonna pop out here. He's
Duke.
Down. Duke, idiot. Moron, you know what I mean?
Duke Silver.
But again, this is the tank. You're going to shoot him, take off some of his gear, actually give you a visual representation, right, of why this guy's more powerful. He's not just a crazy firefighter like Joe Ferrero or whatever his fucking name was, but he was funny as hell. Less awesome accents probably. This I didn't understand because obviously
The
like
flare?
Yeah, because like in the in the dark zone and stuff, you have to flare out to get your rides and shit. This didn't seem like a dark zone. I'm assuming this is part of the mission she took. Because it says allies are inbound, right? It doesn't have a countdown on it, but I guess you're waiting on people to get there. I don't know, or you have to keep control of it like everything else. I'm assuming it's just part of the mission. It wasn't like an actual, hey, let's get this stuff out of here. I like that you're, getting environmental storytelling here as you scan. It's like, oh, there's explosives, all this stuff here. And then,
I think the trailer ended really cool with this.
Oh, right, yeah. And these tear it apart, and then we run over here towards the Capitol.
From the Capitol.
You assume this is part of the True Sons. They're hinting at a civil war in the extended cut of this trailer. Actually, it might be at the end here. Yeah, this keeps going. No, it doesn't actually. But then the word version of the trailer, they talk about a civil war is brewing. There's all these different things. How are we going to do it? I'm all in, man. And it's awesome. I feel that I'm all in, and that means I want to really go back and play Division 1 now. Because it is like a treat that I left all this stuff that I haven't done. Like, I didn't explore the new area they built out in the last big expansion. So, like, to get you guys in there and go and fuck around when we're after
tons of combat for you to sort of
new trophies, too. I mean, I don't
yeah.
have the platinum, no big deal, but I want to get the 100% too. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha. How do you become a part of the Division subreddit? Like, what kind of a membership?
Oh,
or?
so you go to reddit.com/r/the division,
Right.
and then you hit subscribe, and then you're part of the subreddit.
You're not chosen from a select few?
No.
Oh, wow, okay. Cool, it seems pretty easy then.
Yeah, I didn't mean, like the platinum was the hard work.
Oh, okay, I see.
No,
Cool.
don't you dick.
Well, I'm excited, Greg. If you're excited for the Division 2, let us know in the comments.
Worth pointing out, the Division 2 going to be on our GameSpot live show. We'll be talking to them on Thursday afternoon, and as well Thursday morning, I believe it is. I'm hosting the Division 2 panel at the E3 Coliseum.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So check that out if you're there. So click the
You
bell.
sound excited when you say
Click
it.
the bell, get some notifications from us from youtube.com/kindoffunnygames so you can know exactly when our videos go live. Greg, thanks for joining me for this.
Always a pleasure for you, man. It's been a funny 3.
It's been a funny
It's
3
over
so far.
already. Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's still more? Oh, yeah, there's a lot more.
There's still several more days, guys. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Maximum Cortez. He is Game Over Greggy. We love y'all.